know you got a whole lot of reasons to be mad. Let's not pick one. I live in a room at the top of the stairs, got my windows wide open and nobody cares. And I got no choice but to get right up when the sun comes through. Ain't no man can save me, there ain't no man can enslave me. There ain't no man, oh man, that can change the shape my soul is in. There ain't nobody here who can cause me pain or raise my fear, cause I got only love to share. If you're looking for truth and proof, you'll find it there. If you're looking for truth and proof, you'll find it there. If you're looking for truth and proof, you'll find it.
Just the other day, and it was so hot outside. You Good Friday, gone. Remember you were talking, and I watched as sweat ran down your face. Reached up and I called it.
You're listening to Sound of Mobile 92 Zoo. It is Hangout Radio. I'm backstage. I'm Mystic Marge. And I'm pretty excited right now because I have one of my favorite current musicians sitting right next to me, Mr. Leon Bridges.
Hey, what's up with it, man?
How are you today?
I'm good. Just chilling. I'm glad to be out here. It's beautiful, man.
First Hangout experience.
Yes, this is actually technically our first American festival. So that's
yeah. You're kind of new.
You started off right, yeah.
You're kind of new to this music business thing, huh?
Definitely.
How long ago did you start writing music?
I started writing songs and playing guitar about 4 years ago.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-mm.
You're like Bill Withers. You know, you ever hear like the Bill Withers story? He's like, I just picked up a guitar one day and I wasn't terrible at it.
I'm not even worthy enough of that. But I'm no guitar player, but you know, it's a great tool to write songs, you know.
I just saw your show in San Francisco not too long ago, and
nice.
I saw your guitar skills, and you're not bad.
It's just, you know, boo-boo head style playing, you know.
And how old are you, Leon?
I'm 26.
From Fort Worth, Texas, right?
Yes.
I got to tell you, one of the things that I got most out of your show, and first, I took my 11-year-old niece to her first concert ever, and she wanted to see you and my mom.
Wow.
They are so obsessed, and, you know, first concert experience, that's a big thing.
Wow, thank you for that.
And it was beautiful, man. When you sang "Take Me to Your River," I mean, my mother was in tears. It's a beautiful thing. But you talk about your mother so much in your show, and it's so endearing and such a beautiful thing. And I think you connect to the crowd really well that way. But obviously, your mom's a big influence.
Yeah, definitely. You know, my mother and father separated when I was very young. But my father was still in my life. But, you know, I spent, you know, majority of my time with my mother, and we went through hard times together. And so, you know, my mom really made a big impact in my life, you know, and she's always been my rock, you know, and so, yeah.
And, you know, it's such a Southern boy thing, too.
Definitely. All day, you know.
You tell you were a Southern boy through and through. And I love that you don't try to hide it at all.
Mm-mm.
You know, I'm a proud Southern girl as well.
Yeah, we bring it everywhere to Europe. You know, this is who we are, who I am. You know.
I gotta say, you know, I've been following you for a while, for a very long time, and when I first heard, you know, Coming Home, I thought of Stax Records, Memphis, early '60s, and a lot of people try to pull that sound out. You're so genuine about it, you know. So, what did you listen to growing up? You know, that really set you off into that.
Yeah. You know, I would say that what my sound is a collection of just different things that I've been inspired by in my life. And so when I was growing up, I listened to whatever came on the radio. And so, it was Genuine, Usher, and all that R&B stuff, and so, I would hear Curtis Mayfield and Stevie Wonder from my father, and I would say that planted a seed, but, I didn't really dive into this type of sound until I was about like 22 years old. And I'm no soul disciple or anything. I tell you the truth, I don't know much about it. I know a couple of artists here and there. So when I went into the studio, it was just kind of my idea of what that would sound like in my own way.
Well, I always talk on my radio show, I think music goes in cycles. And right now, I think with Muscle Shoals documentary coming out and the Alabama Shakes and Nathaniel Rateliff, the 60s and the soul movement and that passion is back. People are starting house bands again, you know, and it's all going back analog. Like people are doing tape machines. And I think that you are a huge leader of that. And it's just, crazy to me that people I always talk about your music with are people who don't know about any of that soul stuff. And you've really turned them into that. And they've gone and listened to some older music because of it.
Yeah. I think it's beautiful to be making this type of music in this day and age, because you go, if we go 20, 30 years from now, kids won't even know who Marvin Gaye is. And I'm not saying I'm here to fill any void. I'm just another person in the line of that, trying to honor those guys.
I gotta ask you, what's your favorite Marvin Gaye album?
Oh man, it would definitely be the What's Going On. Or
Hear My Dear.
Hear My Dear. Yeah, that's definitely a good one too.
The story of Hear My Dear. Do you know the story about his ex-wife?
I know a little bit of it.
Marvin Gaye, his ex-wife left him. She stranded him, came back and wanted money. He made a deal. Let me do an album.
Yes.
And he would split the profits with her. So he went in with the intention of making the worst album ever because he hated her.
Yeah.
So he fired all the musicians and said, I'll do it all myself. His best work to date.
They made the best masterpiece out of that. I wish
named it Hear My Dear.
I wish I could be half, as good of a musician as that, but it's something to be inspired by for sure.
And I love that 3-6 Mafia takes from a bunch of that Hear My Dear album. They use a ton of those samples. Yeah. But that's one thing I think is so cool about music samples. But I'm talking about your live show and what we can expect tonight, because you're playing at 8 tonight. First off, your dance moves are great. I've never seen anything like it, and you feel it. That's why I think your show's so great. You're contagious, man. Like people can't fake that on stage. Yeah,
I like to, just really be myself on stage. And, before I started writing songs, I studied dance for 4 years in college, and I've been dancing since I was 12 years old. And so, what you'll see on stage is just an extension of me. It's a lot of weird Southern banter and stuff that I say. And basically it's all about just delivering the songs as how they should be. There's nothing to cover up anything. It's just straightforward R&B songs.
And it's apparent how real you are, and how sincere you are. You just can see it in your face. And your band's great, too.
Oh, man.
Your band's amazing. The tambourine player, I love her.
Oh, Brittany Jesse, definitely.
They're amazing. And guitar players, just the whole thing. And,
thank you.
This is such a new thing for you. You've just been writing music for 4 years, you said. And so now you've blown up and you're on tour. And is it a bit intimidating, to have all these rehearsals going on and, your show's so perfectly planned out?
Yeah. And a lot of that is just playing every night. We never really got to sit down and map it out. It's just whatever comes out naturally. But yeah, it's intimidating, a lot of pressure to have to do this almost every night, and to continue to give people a good show. And me personally, at heart, I'm a very shy person, and so I've been growing, a lot since the first time I stepped on the stage. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's such a beautiful thing, and the way you ended the show when all the lights went out and it was just you and the guitar. I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And man, I love your album. It's my favorite debut album of last year. And I'm so glad that you're sitting here, man. You're such a genuine guy. And
Thank you.
everybody, please go see him at the Access Stage tonight at 8 o'clock. I've seen his show twice. I've seen a small version of it now. I've seen the big version of it, which is just so cool. I've seen you grown so much in just a year.
Yeah, we're going to get it in. It's going to be fun tonight.
You know,
can't wait.
When listening to your album, Coming Home, I feel like I know you as a person, even though I've never met you before, after listening to that album. So I think that's a very strong selling point of it. So go listen to it. You're keeping the soul alive. And thank you so much for coming by and stopping and talking to us. And I will be at your show tonight.
All righty then.
I'll be back in just a little bit, guys. This is Hangout Radio. I'm Mystic Marge, and I've got more tunes on the way.
Live from backstage at Hangout Fest, Hangout Radio is on the air. Presented by Alexander Shinara and Associates, the attorneys of tomorrow, here for you today. Cyclops Vapor, legendary e-liquid, Jenny King of the Gulf Coast, Gulf Quest National Maritime Museum, and brought to you in part by
our Hangout Radio backstage live at the Hangout, broadcasting on 92 Zoo. That's new music from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and great track there. It's called Dark Necessities. The album's called The Getaway. It'll be out in June. I'm Gene Merle, and I'll be here with you for a while. And with me for a while is two members from Group Love, and we've got Andrew and Ryan. Ryan, I said it right. And Ryan's mom's on the phone.
Say hi, Mom.
That's awesome. Where does your mom live?
We live in Los Angeles, but she's from South Africa.
Oh, okay. Is that where you grew up?
No, they moved there and then I was born.
Okay.
Yeah. Mom, say something in Afrikaans.
Ik hou baie van Group Love.
What does that mean?
I love Group Love.
All right. Love you, Mom. Bye.
We love you.
Am I off the air already?
Yeah, we got enough of you.
Okay, John. Okay, love you guys.
We love you, Shelly.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
That is awesome.
What a mom.
That is awesome.
She called at the right time.
Yes, you really did. Almost perfect. And we were talking about moms a minute ago, and it's like my mom called me earlier today. She never calls at the right time.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, Mom, get ready to go on the air.
you gotta just embrace it. Embrace it.
Absolutely. So you guys have played Hangout before. You're playing tonight in on the Access Stage, or the one with the squid.
Yeah.
And that's at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
And what's it like? What's different between this time and the last time you were here? Have you been able to sense? I mean, the festival hasn't really started yet, so it's hard.
Yeah, no. Last time this Thursday night's sort of a special kickoff night, right?
Right.
So last time I think we played around noon or so on one of the main stages, and I don't even know it's daytime, and this will be at nighttime, and that's kind of a good day in the right.
We also really physically have
Backstage at Hangout Fest is on the air. Presented by Associates, the attorneys of tomorrow, here for you today. Legendary E-Liquid, Toast, Gulf Quest National, and brought to you in part.
Radio Backstage live on broadcasting on 90. Music from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Great track there. It's called The Getaway. It'll be out. G. Merle, and I'll be here with you with me for a while from Group Love. And Ryan's mom's on the phone.
Say hi, Mom.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, where does your mom live?
I live in Los Angeles, but she's from...
Okay, is that where you grew up?
No, I was born.
Okay.
Yeah. Mom, Afrikaans.
Bye, son group.
I mean... bye.
The air already?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
We love you, Shelly.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
What a mom.
Called at the right time.
Yes, you really. We were talking about moms called me earlier today. She never calls at the right. Mom, get ready to go on the air.
You gotta embrace it.
Absolutely. The played Hangout before you're playing tonight on the Access stage, or the one with the at 9 o'clock.
9.
What's it like? What's different between this time and the last time you were here? Have you been able to sense? I mean, the festival hasn't really started yet, so it's hard.
Yeah, no. Last time this Thursday night's sort of a special kickoff night, right?
Right.
So last time I think we played around noon or so on the one of the main stages, and I don't even know if they had the Thursday kickoff at that point. Still, I can't remember, but it was daytime, and this will be at nighttime, and that's the that's kind of good day and night right there.
Right.
Yeah.
We also literally physically have another human being in our group. Now our singers had a child together
Oh, really?
named
Yeah.
Willa, and she's here with us. So this is one of her first, I think her first festival.
Yeah, this is Willa's first festival.
Yeah.
Baby Group Love.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys play a lot of festivals? Would you say?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you kind of run the circuit.
Mhm.
We're about to come out with our third album, and we've been together for 6
6 or
years
7
now.
years,
So
yeah.
we've kind of been playing festivals for that entire time, on and off.
How did you guys all get together? How did this start for you?
Crazy story. We met on the Isle of Crete in Greece.
Really?
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Really?
I knew Andrew beforehand, but none of the rest of us knew each other. We were just kind of in this sort of artist community village that they were putting on that year, that summer, and we all sort of ended up there and met each other and jammed, as they say.
Yeah.
Jammed with our instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're guitarist and vocalist, Andrew?
I don't sing all that much, but I play guitar, yeah.
And you're the drummer, Ryan? right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you guys first started coming together with your sound, was there a deciding factor or a moment where you guys went, oh, wow, this works?
No, it was all accidental, actually.
Yeah, we met and then had a great time together out in Crete, and then we met and stayed in touch, and then about a year later, the other three who didn't live in LA, some in New York, one in London, one in San Francisco, they all came out to LA and visited, and then that was the first time we started actually recording music. So we just kind of hunkered down in the parents' garage and
Your mom?
Yep, and used a bunch of hand-me-down recording equipment and made some, put some stuff down. And I think that was the moment where we were listening back at one point, and it all just kind of happened very naturally. And we also were just doing it for fun. We weren't really thinking to ourselves, "Oh, this is going to be a band now."
Right.
And then that's always the kind of irony of the whole thing.
Who came up with the name?
I think, was it
Hannah?
I think it might have been Hannah.
Mhm.
Yeah, our fearless leader.
Yeah,
she.
When we were in Greece, we'd just be like, we're the group. Everyone would we made our little group.
We were like a group within the group, amongst all
the
these
other
other people. So whenever we see each other, we'd be like, "Yeah, group's back together."
Yeah.
And then when we would stay in touch in email, we'd always say "group love," like
And-
instead of "love Ryan," "group love."
And that's how it came
And
about.
that's it. Yeah.
Wow. Now, Hannah's also an artist.
Yeah.
Well, I'd buy you an exotic pet. Yep, like a llama or an emu. And if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you John Davidson's remains. Ooh, all them green and gray hair from morning. If I had $1 million, I'd buy you love. If I had $1 million, wouldn't have to walk to the store. If I had $1 million, we'd take a limousine 'cause it costs more. If I had $1 million, we wouldn't have to eat Kraft dinner, but we would. $1 million, I'd buy you a green dress. And if I had $1 million, I'd buy you some art. And if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a monkey. You always wanted a monkey. And if I had $1 million, I'd buy you love. If I had $1 million, 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 I'd be rich.
You're tuned in to Hangout Radio, powered by 92 Zoo.
Hangout Radio, powered by 92 Zoo. I am Mystic Marge in the Zoo Bus, backstage at Hangout 2016. And I have a great musician sitting right next to me. If you ever listen to my show, you know I talk about him all the time and play him every night. It is Kurt Vile. How are you today?
Hi, good. How you doing?
I'm great now that you're here. So excited to have you in.
I had no idea you played me every day so much.
Every day. So you played your set earlier today, right? Your first Hangout experience.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a good one?
I did. Yeah.
Well,
I got like just the slightest, like the good kind of heat stroke. You know, it's like hallucinating just enough.
We were talking a little bit about it earlier before we went live. What did you call it? Sloppy?
I said my set was sloppy but spirited. Yeah.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
Nobody likes perfection. That's no good.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
A little bit. So you've got you got an album that came out not too long ago. Believe Me, I'm Going Down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually voted by Rolling Stone as one of the top 20 albums of the year, and I tend to agree with it.
Oh, sweet.
A lot of influence in that album. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time, and for some of the listeners who might not know, I mean, you've been playing music for a really long time, and you did other things, but just Kurt Vile, you know, I think most people out there probably know you were on drugs for a little bit.
For a second, yeah.
For a quick second.
Uh-huh.
And when did you leave those guys and start doing your own thing?
I mean, me and Adam are just old friends from Philly, so we played with each other in each other's bands. You know, he played in my band, The Violators, and but I played with them, I'd say, until about 2008. 2008.
Yeah. And as a fan of both bands, I think it actually did great things, you know, when you left and went and did your own thing. I think are obviously both talented musicians. And are y'all still buddies?
Yeah, we're still buddies, except we live on opposite coasts, so I don't get to see him much.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is your sixth album, the one that you just did, right?
Yeah.
And you've grown a lot. Definitely hear a lot of maybe a little Dinosaur Jr., some Pavement in there, you know.
Sure.
Well, you're going to do a song right now. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more after this. So you're going to do it off, you do Pretty Pimpin'?
Yes.
Off the new album right now.
All right, here we go. I woke up this morning, didn't recognize the man in the mirror, then I laughed and I said, silly me, that's just me. Then I proceeded to brush some stranger's teeth, but they were my teeth, and I was weightless, quivering like some leak coming in the window of a restroom. I couldn't tell you what the hell it was supposed to mean, 'cause it was a Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday came around and I said, who's my stupid clown dog in my bathroom sink? All he ever wanted was to be someone in life that was just like, all I want is to just have fun, live my life like son of a gun. I could be 1,000 miles away, but still mean what I say. Then I woke up this morning, didn't recognize the man in the mirror. Then I laughed and I said, silly me, that's just me. Then I proceeded to brush some strangers' teeth, but they were my teeth, and I was weightless, quivering like some leaf coming. And I proceeded to not comb some stranger's hair, never was my style. But I couldn't tell you what the hell it was supposed to mean. But it was a Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday came around and I said, who's my stupid clown blocking my bathroom sink? But he was sporting all my clothes, I gotta say, pretty pimpin'. All he ever wanted was to be a man, but he was always a little too cute to be a minute under marbles lost. He was always 1,000 miles away while still standing, staring in front of your face. Then he woke up this morning, didn't recognize the boy in the mirror, then laughed, said, silly me, that's just me. Then I proceeded to brush some stranger's teeth, but they were my teeth, and I was weightless, quivering like some leaf come in the window of a restroom. I couldn't tell you what the hell it was supposed to mean, but it was a Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday came around and I said, who's my stupid clown bugging my bathroom sink? But he was sporting all my clothes, I gotta say, pretty pimpin'.
That was awesome. After playing that song every night on my shows, I'm not lying about that, I really do. Having this rendition of it is awesome.
Cool.
So I really appreciate it. That's off his new album. But let's talk some more about, you know, the sixth album. You're what, about 35, 36 years old? Something
I'm
like
36.
That? 36?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, right on the money right there. You've done about 6 albums of your own right now, and each one of them is very different. And this one, to me, from listening to the other one, you know, your stuff's always been a bit dark, but, you know, when you have a song like called Pretty Pimpin' in that way, it's a little different. It's a little lighthearted, a little funny sometimes. What do you think is different about this album than, you know, the ones in the past?
Well, I think that every record just changes a little bit. I probably matured a little bit in certain ways and like deteriorated in other ways, and it's just that combination. But it's like I don't know, like the album before the last, I basically think about an album like Smoke Ring for My Halo, a couple records that was like kind of an acoustic melancholy record, and then the next one, Waking on a Pretty Day, was a little more orchestrated and a little more sunshiny, I guess. And then this one's back down a little bit. I don't know why. You know, I can't tell you exactly what makes it sound different, but I think it's just basically me just growing, you know, changing.
Recording is such a different art form than live music, catching lightning in a bottle. So I'm sure a lot of things take place in doing that. And you know, I've read a bunch of stuff on you. You play a couple of instruments. You started out with banjo, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Banjo. You play a trumpet as well?
I played a trumpet. Yeah, like that was the first instrument I ever played when I was like in 4th grade. I don't play it so much anymore. I can still make some sound out of it though, if I want. But yeah, I played a banjo when I was 14. I started, and maybe a year later, I got a guitar. And I play all kinds of, you know, little keys, stuff like that, but mainly guitar. That's the instrument I'm best at.
Yeah, that's your thing. That's your passion.
Yeah.
You're a producer as well. I mean, you got...
Well, I would say if producer, maybe you could see that on the internet, that there's a production credit, but really I think most people I play music with, in some form, they're producers. They get a production credit because it's just like home recording or, you know, basically not having some big time producer come in there and tell you what to do or something. But I've never like officially produced somebody's record or something.
Just producing your own stuff.
Yeah.
Being in charge.
Yeah.
A little bit
to
more.
a degree.
Emotions probably in charge more so than anything else.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you had such a great set today. Hopefully you'll come back, even though it's a little hot. I know.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be back.
Your hair's loving this humidity, just like mine.
Yeah, what is it doing? Is it just like long and flat? I don't know what it's doing.
I mean, I say, what we say in the South, the bigger the hair, the closer to God.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're killing it right now.
It's getting big? Okay.
You're a really spiritual being right now.
Good. Because yesterday it was like very fine hay.
No, I'm loving it. You're looking great. Very, very beach winded. So we're going to play another song by him right now.
Cool.
And this is Dust Bunnies, right?
Yeah, Dust Bunny. You may think that it's funny now that I got a headache like a shop vac coughing dust bunnies. It's hard to see when it's all red, and all you hear are just white noises. This little one, she's a delicate creature, no safety features to hold her down. Girl, you've been running on all cylinders, pulling the yard, cut it hard. But no, it won't find it lying down on the ground, and it ain't at the bar where I am. Oh, you are. Take a puff on a cigarette, see what we get, an invigorating fix and a black one. Don't know much about history and don't know much about the shape that I'm in. There ain't no manual to my mind. I'm always looking, baby, all the time. But no, it won't find it rolling around on the ground. And it ain't at the bar where I am. Where you are. Took a puff on cigarette, saw what I get. An invigorating fix and a black lung. Think you're tired, put your face in my place. We swap faces and I see that you're tired. It's hard to think with a squat brain, and anyway, let's hope that don't leave a permanent stain. I can't get talk over all that racket. What's there to feel but totally whack? Totally whack. But we don't got time to wallow around in it. But it don't seem so far away from where we are. I won't put out my cigarette, leave it behind. Hold you real close, take you by the hand, we'll walk away. Look at me, I'm walking away. I was gonna keep rocking out, but then I just stopped.
You're the artist. You can do whatever you want. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
And coming backstage at Hangout. Hopefully to have you again and great renditions of those songs.
Thanks.
And I'll keep playing you every night.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We'll be back in just a little bit with some more tunes. It's Hangout Radio powered by 92
Sweet.
There's a place I go to when no one knows me. It's the train to carry on. Oh, nah. One time, let's give it all a go. Push it on up and let it blow. Might be the end, but you don't know. Oh, no. Come on!
Live from backstage at Hangout Fest, Hangout Radio is on the air. Presented by Alexander Shannara and Associates, the attorneys of tomorrow, here for you today. Cyclops Vapor, legendary e-liquid, Jenny King of the Gulf Coast.